Stop playing with them, ooh.
Hi, I'm Nicola Cairncross. Welcome to my podcast. This is where we talk about entrepreneurship, digital marketing, being a digital nomad, and much, much more. I really hope you enjoy the show. We're going to cover a recording I made after a couple of friends contacted me last weekend saying, how can we make money quickly? Two separate people, they didn't know each other, and one is in business and one wasn't. The one that wasn't, I gave advice on how to start a business online as quickly as possible, and the other one who was looking to transfer her skills from selling to corporates to selling to individuals. So that's really what I focused on in this first part of the recording. Then you're going to hear from Matthew Moody, who is someone who didn't have any social media presence when he went into becoming a politician, and the results we got for him. It's a very quick little testimonial, which I hope you'll enjoy. And then we're going to go straight into the what's worked, what didn't, and what's changing section from this week. I do that live on YouTube at the moment, every Friday, usually at 1 o'clock. And I also go live on Wednesdays on my Facebook page, Nicola Cairncross UK, and that's midweek, and that's a sort of Q&A session or a masterclass on a particular topic. So do join me online wherever you can find me, and hope you enjoy the podcast. Speak soon. Okay, so looks like I'm live. What I wanted to do today, because I've had a number of people contact me in the last week or so saying that they need to make money now, and I've been thinking about this a lot over the last couple of days, and how can I help? So I've been in that situation, believe me, on a regular basis. So this came in, so it's going out in a blog post this week, but it's so good, I just wanted to share it with you. And I'm going to read it out loud, then we'll have a chat about the various things that are enclosed within it. I don't know why I'm talking to my microphone down there. I need to be talking to you up here. Okay, so you can't make money unless you're a central bank, that is. Boom, boom. Macroeconomic jokes aside. I subscribe to many newsletters. The first thing I do when I get to a new website is sign up for their newsletter. Point to note, number one. When it comes into my primary inbox, it sits there and acts as a reminder to me to check out that business again if I was interested in them when I have time. It acts like a to-do list, my inbox. The subject line is not important at this point, as I can easily see who it's from, hopefully. If there's nothing much of interest in it, then after a couple of issues, it gets moved to my updates folder, and then Gmail takes over from there and just puts it in my update folder automatically. It's got a couple more chances to grab my attention because I'm going to be skimming that updates folder perhaps once a month, and if the subject line jumps out at me and I can still see the name of the person, remember who the business is, then I'm going to read it. But you've only got a couple of chances. After that, it's update folder, oblivion. One of the newsletters that earned its place in my primary inbox for now is AI Marketers. They've got a great Facebook group. If you're past the beginning point of learning to use AI, if you're not past the beginning point, come to my masterclass on Wednesday. I'll be showing you some basics, and it'll blow your mind. If you're a bit more advanced than that, and go to AI Marketers Facebook group. Today's Monday memo was particularly good. It was called A Bite of Knowledge. You don't make money, you earn it. Most people have it backwards. They think money is something you make, like it just appears out of thin air if you wish hard enough. But the truth is, money is something you earn. It's a reward for the value you create in the world. The products you build, the services you offer, the problems you solve. Money flows to those who provide something useful to others, meaning the more you give, the more you get. The more value you add, the more money you earn. It's a direct relationship. So if you want to boost your income, stop trying to make money and start asking yourself how you can earn it. So that's the end of their little bit that I pulled from their newsletter. And I've given them feedback and told them how brilliant it was, because it really was. And you can only earn money if you're reminding people you're there, giving value, making offers. And this is where people go wrong. If your offers don't sell, often people take it personally, and it's nothing personal at all. It's not that they don't like you. It's that you haven't made the right offer to the right bunch of people. Or you could be making the right offer to the right bunch of people, but not enough for them. So you've got to find out where the people you think will find value in what you're offering hang out online, and get in front of as large a number of people as possible. Find the groups where they hang out. Find the platforms that they are most likely to be on, and get in front of them with your offers. Get in front of them with things that prove you know your stuff, that prove you've got expertise, that prove that you're an expert in your field and that you can bring value to them and their business. And I wouldn't go after corporates. I definitely wouldn't do that, because it takes months and months and months, and they just dick you around. They really do. So choose a bunch of people that can reach into their pocket, take out their wallet, and pay you immediately if they need what you're offering. Okay, what the expertise you're sharing. So it might mean you're not making enough offers. It might mean you're not making them to the right people, or it might mean you're not making them to enough of the right kind of people. I'll be able to diagnose which of these problems you have. So come and book in at nicolacairnext.com for a quick 15-minute triage call. I might ask you some questions in advance, because that will help me diagnose your problem. The other thing is, are you making enough regular offers to these people? It's the hardest thing to do, just to make an offer, but you've got to try and force yourself to do it. So alongside giving lots of value for free, and the other thing is you've got to really make it bleeding obvious what you want people to do. So in my case, I want people to come to nicolacairnext.com and I want them to book in to talk to me. And that's because I've got a whole range of offers, and there's something to fit everyone, from the people who can't afford much to the people who want their problem solved instantly and have got a bit of a budget to do that. But once I talk to people, diagnose the right offer for them. If the answer is yes, that you are getting in front of enough people, you are demonstrating your expertise, and you are making offers, is it obvious what you want them to do next? Is there a place that they can come and find out more about you and take some action? Now, that only needs to be a simple one-page website on something like card.co, that's CARRD.co. Just get a website up there. It's very, very cheap. It's $10 a year, and you can hook it up to a CRM, customer relationship management system, and you can start sending out newsletters if you like to write, or if you like collecting good stuff from other people, as I have today from AI marketers. Or I've got my mailing list set up to mail out every time there's a new blog post. So someone joins my newsletter list, and I put a new blog post up, which I'm doing every day on a weekday. And then they get just a simple, quick email today saying, here's today's blog post. And if they like the title of it, they'll click through. And it also lists 5 previous blog posts they might enjoy underneath. So I hope this has been useful to you. The people that talk to me over the weekend about needing to make money quickly are not doing these things. And I know they're not, because I know their businesses. So if you're not doing these things, then you can't expect to make money, because nobody can make money. You can only earn money. And you can only earn money if you're making offers that have value to your ideal potential future customer. And if you need to work out how to find out who those people are, come along to my masterclass on Wednesday at 1:00. Come to nicolacairnext.com, click the resources button, and you'll see the masterclass link. And I'm going to try and do one every Wednesday at 1:00, because I really enjoy them. So they'll be on different topics. But this week's is going to be on how to get started using AI, and how to use AI to find out who your ideal future customer is, and then how to get in front of them quickly, easily, and cheaply to demonstrate your value, demonstrate your expertise, make them an offer, and hopefully get in front of large enough numbers of them. So I hope this has helped today. I really hope it particularly helped the people I talked to over the weekend.
Hello, Matthew Moody here, entrepreneur, property owner, business owner, and former parliamentary candidate. And I wanted to make this quick video to give a big shout out and thanks to my friend, Nicola Cairncross. And the reason I wanted to do this is I have been working with her over the campaign that I was running to be elected to Parliament over the last 6 weeks or so. And she reached out to me when she found out I was running for office, and we had a little discussion about the kind of things I was doing and how she felt she could help. We agreed, okay, let's work together, let's do this. It sounded fantastic. And let me tell you, I've worked with many people over the years, many people from across the globe, and I can hand on heart say that working with Nicola has been the easiest experience ever. She essentially wanted me to do one thing and one thing only, which was to provide great content, which I did. And then she made that content even better, and some of it even went viral. So it was very easy to get started. We set up a mini WhatsApp group. We also set up a Google Drive. All I had to do was upload content to those folders. She gave me some other ideas as well in terms of stuff that I could do from a content perspective. And effectively, every day I was out there recording videos mainly. That was our kind of route to market. And the results were pretty astounding. We had over 10,000 views on a brand new YouTube channel within a month. We had on TikTok, I think we had over 1,200 followers at one point and thousands of views on our videos. We had a good number of engagement on X and Facebook. That didn't increase by as much, but we still had thousands of views of people watching our material and commenting on it. And at one point, we had a mini viral video going where we had a response that I made to a Neil Oliver video, garnering about 150 to 200 views an hour, which was fantastic. So, highly recommend working with Nicola. She's brilliant to work with. And also what I found really good is, and she said this from the beginning, she said, look, if I'm doing something you don't like, just tell me to stop. And, I essentially handed over all my social media accounts to her. I let her get on with it, kind of looked at what she was doing. And some of the things on X, I kind of said, well, maybe don't share or repost some of that stuff because, it could go against what we were doing on the campaign and the party front. And she just stopped it, dropped it, no issues at all. But the main thing for me was really having Nicola in my corner, effectively wanting to get that content out, wanting to essentially make the videos look good, really making sure that the tags were right, and also the headlines that you see, obviously, when you go onto a social media channel. And I can't recommend her enough. She was brilliant to work with, a lovely person, great to talk to in terms of new ideas and stuff that we could do, very passionate and enthusiastic about their subject. And literally, what she doesn't know about marketing isn't really worth knowing because she's been in it forever and a day. But she's still learning stuff all the time. In fact, last week I was just talking to her about some new AI stuff that she's doing, which just blew my mind. So if you get a chance to work with Nicola, please do it. You won't regret it. She is fantastic, and I can wholeheartedly recommend her. This is Matthew Moody saying goodbye.
Okay, so welcome everyone. It's Nicola Cairncross, and I'm doing an experiment, which on the Friday the 13th, some might think is slightly foolhardy. I do my usual live show. It's a sort of business and marketing show, and it's called What's Worked, What Didn't, and What's Changing. And it's been an absolutely fantastic week this week. Something serendipitously happened. I've been looking for groups to join on Facebook because I've heard it's really good to interact in groups, and I've never really done it. A friend of mine has just moved to Valencia. Go and check her out. It's Philly Digi Nomad on YouTube, and she's just moved to Valencia in her, well, she's 50 actually. And she was telling me about this group that she's just joined, run by a lady called Susanna Hancock. And it's incredibly active group, and it's attracting entrepreneurs of a certain age very quickly. And that's because Susanna is an amazing person, and she's a larger than life character, and she's going live in her group every single day. So she's really inspired me this week, and well, the last couple of weeks actually. And she's showing up in a group every day by video. She's showing up on TikTok every day for a business clinic, and she's launching her new community on, I can't remember what platform she's using, but her Facebook group is going to be a sort of feeder for that group. And then anyone who wants to move over to the main group, they'll get things like exclusive masterclasses by the likes of people like me. And I'll be teaching her crowd how to go into social media automation, because I'm deep in the weeds of AI automation for social media, and especially for business people who want to put out quality content, but who are so busy doing the thing that they don't actually get around to marketing the thing, which is a common problem with freelancers and small business owners. So let's talk about what's worked this week. Well, I've got a great long list, and I've actually got a list on I've been struggling with Facebook for a while now. The algorithm has been very anti everything. In fact, at some point I thought I was blacklisted. But it's not true. What's happened is that I didn't show up in 2020 or 2021 or even 2022 much, because I had a hiatus from social media to some large degree while I wrote my book. And let's show you the book, because I don't think it's going to be showing. That's the old cover I've got a sexy new cover on it, but it's called A Better Entrepreneur. It's a business memoir, but only the exciting bits when things really got going. And it's a true story and 25 lessons learned along the way. So go and check that out on Amazon. If you're a freelancer or someone who does anything for other people, your services business, it'll be a great read for you, because I tell it like it is. So what else has worked? Having one-to-ones. I've been doing, again, inspired by Susanna, who booked me for a one-to-one straight away, and we had a really good time. And it reminded me how much I enjoy talking to people, especially on Zoom for when it's scheduled. I'm not keen on unscheduled calls. In fact, my friend and business mentor, Greg, the other day, was astonished to find out that I was actually the only person he was the only person I talked to on the telephone. He rings me whenever he feels like it, usually when he's driving and he's on hands free. So yeah, I really enjoy scheduled one-to-ones, and I've been making a real point this week of doing more of those. And funnily enough, as I was doing that, 2 people have booked into my diary to speak to me. And that's one of the reasons I love online diaries so much, is that when people make that decision, they want to talk to you, you don't have to go through the shilly-shallying, finny-fannying about. But, if you've got a diary link on your website, people could just book into your diary. Now, some people say that that's not valuing your time. I offer a 15-minute triage session, I call it. And basically, people can book in any time to talk to me. It's constrained within the days and the hours that I enjoy talking to people. It's a really nice way to get a conversation going. Everyone doesn't feel overly committed for 15 minutes. And often they go on to an hour. And if they go on any longer than an hour, I'll then suggest that people move on to a paid consultation. And all my paid consultations are fully 100% deductible if you then go on to work with me. So that's a nice way of doing it. I've got a new schedule, so I'm constantly adjusting my own schedule. When things started really changing for me, I read Stephen Covey's 7 Habits book, and I worked out how to create his worksheet on an A4 piece of paper. And I used to print them out every week, and it was all color-coded. And I used to put it in my Filofax. Remember those? I still like Filofaxes. And I used to plan my week when I was on the train to London, because I was commuting between Worthing and London then. And that gave me 2 hours, 3 hours usually each day to think about my business and plan things. So every single week I redo an old moleskin diary now. That's what I use. And I've got every single week I start a new page. And at the top, I used to have habits. Let's show you the habits section. So I used to have habits there, new habits I was trying to start. And I think that has to be near me for you to be able to see it. Let's just see. I'm just watching the screen, which is a little bit delayed. So the habits was a box at the top. At the bottom, I'd have my social media output, and I'd have make, post, share. And I was doing it all manually for a while because I realized that the algorithms like manual sharing better. But now I've got it all set up using AI. It's saved me about 12 hours a week, which is absolutely phenomenal. And the direct spin-off from that is that I can spend much more time being creative in creating content. So, for example, I've got 3 business groups on Facebook on the go. Well, 2 business groups and a passion project group. And I'm able to go into each of them and have like Motivation Monday in the business group and something slightly different in the passion project group. But it's prompting my creativity every day. Now, first thing on a Monday, I sit down and I create, let's say, 3 blog posts. And then I take the podcast from the previous week and I schedule that to go out on the blog. And then I've also got what works, what didn't, and what's changing video recording, which I then use to put onto the blog on Thursday. And then it also gets turned into an audio, which goes onto the podcast. And any other interviews I do or any other random thought brain farts I have, I always record them on video first, and then I turn them into audio, and then I either put them on the blog as a standalone blog post, or I'll include them in the podcast. So the podcast is actually here on YouTube as well. If you come to my channel at Nicola Cairncross, you'll see on the menu it's at the top of the videos, isn't it? Underneath the picture, you'll see there's a podcast link there, and you can subscribe to the podcast, which is the audio version of a sort of roundup of my week, any good interviews I've done. And that's something I want to get into more of. So if you want to be interviewed and you've got anything to say that would be of interest to entrepreneurs, then do get in touch through YouTube or come to the website at nicolacairncross.com. I've got 2 people booked in to talk to me. I've also got 2 people have asked me to tailor my social media automation system for their audience and do a masterclass on it, which is usually about an hour, and then it runs half an hour to 45 minutes for questions. So people on the call, they get the presentation, they get an introduction, a presentation, and then they get the opportunity to ask how I would tailor the social media automation I use for their business. And people find that incredibly helpful. And then from then, they go on to book in for a consultation most of the time. What else has worked? Creativity up, interactivity up, one-to-one calls up, potential customer calls up, activity, connecting with lots of people that I've known for years and years and years. Something about the way I put a post up for my daughter, actually, on my feed, asking for recommendations for solo female traveller, inspirational blogs, podcasts, and Instagram accounts. She loves listening to podcasts. She can listen to a book, and, we're talking here, millennials or Gen Z. Can't remember, Gen Z, I think. And also for recommendations of contacts of people who have actually gone off and travelled, because she's getting the wanderlust a little bit, and her brother's off to Canada soon. So I really think, it's making her think, oh, I'm coming up to 30. She's coming up to 30. She's getting a bit restless, I think. So inspiration, because it's a big, scary thing to do, especially if you've always been a homebody, which she is. But obviously the Cairncross Soramican spirit of adventure is stirring in her bones, because her dad likes to travel as well. In fact, he's in Sicily at the moment. So if you're watching this, Irving, hello. He's having a wonderful time with his partner, and they're eating and drinking their way around Sicily, as far as I can tell. So yeah, that's another thing that's happened this week, because I really want to go travelling again, and I'm really looking at places to buy another property. And I was really interested in Portugal, and I'm really very interested in Sicily now, and the bottom part of Italy, because Puglia is beautiful. Not only beautiful, I like the wine, and I love the sandstone colour of the cities there. And also it's a shortish drive to the Peloponnese, which is where I really would like to buy a property. The property prices there, though, I mean, the Peloponnese, especially the Marni area of the Peloponnese, it's like Saint-Tropez of Greece, it's just shooting up. Sicily, a hilltop village in Sicily might be an option, because I just yearn for the sun, and the last 2 days in England have been lovely, but they got very cold at night. Summer's been appalling. Absolutely, it's actually officially the worst English summer on record since. They're talking all the time about it being global boiling going on. Well, it certainly wasn't going on in England, I can tell you that. And I know why too, but we won't talk about that on YouTube. Okay, so what's worked. Lots of amazing things have worked this week. What didn't? Doing a chat GPT demonstration for a client in the middle of a client session did not work at all. Chat GPT is usually pretty good. It's pretty reliable, but trying to do a live demo for a client when it just simply wasn't working. And of course, as soon as I came off the call and did a refresh, although I tried that during the call, it just started working again straight away. So I think we'll talk about what's changing in as a result of that in a minute. The other thing that didn't work, one of the things that did work is I got a load of software niggles fixed up. There's little things where something's not working with something quite right, and you keep looking at it and you don't have time to fix it. For example, my ManyChat messenger bot wasn't talking to my Instagram, because I had previously hooked up my Instagram with a previous web page on Facebook. So I had to, which is where ManyChat needs a page to attach to. I just kept trying to do it, and I kept trying to do it on my phone, and it's too small, and I don't really know my way around. I much prefer working on a laptop. So that was another thing that didn't work. But I finally got it going. So this should be in the what works section. I finally got it going, and I sorted out a few other little bits of niggles. And that is, again, a direct result of having so much more time on my hands, because all my social media is automated now, apart from a couple of hours on a Monday morning. Yeah, my website was getting a bit confusing. I've got 2 training courses, standalone. I've got a low-level membership, which includes the 2 training courses. I've got 3 levels of mentorship, which I had quite nicely set out on a page, but and then I've got consultancy. And it's all quite simple when I say it like that. But when you come to the website, it's quite difficult to lay all that out simply on a website. And the menu is getting a bit unwieldy. So what I've decided to do is go completely cold turkey on trying to get people to sign up from the website for things. And I've just literally said, I've got an item on my menu that says work with Nicola. And the reason this was changing was because I've had a lot of feedback from one of my clients, author clients. I work with quite a lot of authors, and he's a Bitcoin specialist, and he simply never uses a laptop. It's astonishing. He's not, he's young, but he's not as young as my daughter, for example. He's older than my daughter, but he just does everything on his mobile. And so I had a real hard look at how my website looked on mobile. And, I often go visit my own website because I believe in being a secret shopper on your own website. Go and test everything at least once a month, especially the things you really want people to do. And just, you'd be amazed how many things just change or glitch or stop working, and they just need a little tweak to get going again. But you don't know that if you don't sit. Sunday mornings is quite a good one. And I just sit and I browse my own website. And what I found was that it was really hard this came directly from this client. He doesn't know what a burger menu was. Well, he does know what a burger menu is, but a lot of people who visit his website don't know what a burger menu is. So they arrive at a website and they just scroll. That's all they do. They don't click that little burger at the top on a mobile phone at all. So they don't know what it is. So they scroll. So he said to me, could I come, because I've done some website work for him, could I arrange it that his website was just a one-pager? And none of this clicking through to other pages. No, he wanted it all on one page. So I thought, wow, that's a big revelation for me. And it should be for you if you're a web designer. And I'm going to be talking to a web designer next week about his marketing. So I must remember to tell him this. It's got to be a one-pager that people can just scroll through and have regular links through that one-pager to take people back to the top. That's what people do on a mobile. They just scroll, and a tablet as well. Simplify my menu to book a call, because in 15 minutes we can establish I can establish how far along someone is in their business journey and what would be my most appropriate support for them. So it's easier if I listen first and then prescribe, and then send them a couple of links to the things that I recommend, and then they can just decide. They can choose. I never try and get people to make a decision on a call. I know popular wisdom says you should, but I just don't work like that. I'm very much an attraction marketer rather than a salesperson. And there's nothing wrong with sales. Sales are important. You need to be able to see where to click the link and make the purchase. But the other thing is, I really, really want to do live TikToks, and I really want to, I think, do more live YouTube, because I think that everybody's talking about the Facebook algorithm being very, very weird. And I'm going to try for the next month doing live YouTube sessions on Fridays when I do this work, what worked, what didn't, and what's changing. And I'm going to see if I get more interest from YouTube lives than I do Facebook lives. And I've got a feeling I'm going to. And the other thing is, I want to do TikTok lives, because as this woman who runs this other group said, she's been going live on TikTok and doing a little live business surgery, if you like. And her follower count's going up dramatically, and, just exciting stuff. I find TikTok really addictive, so I have to be ever so careful. But I think going on it and doing stuff myself will then, in my head, give me the permission to use TikTok for fun sometimes. But God, it is addictive. They've got that algorithm sewn up, haven't they? It's really, really very frightening. I get lots of people doing DIY stuff, because I've got a secret interest in carpentry and UFOs and ancient aliens. I love all that stuff. And it's a lot of it on TikTok, I tell you. So that's pretty much it. So if you want to play along, then do underneath in the comments, why don't you put down what worked for you this week, what didn't work for you this week, and what's changing as a result of that. I find it's an incredible little accountability tool that really keeps my business moving forward every single week. And I really enjoy writing it down. And the what's changing bit means that you're not beating yourself up for being rubbish, which a lot of solo business owners and entrepreneurs do. It basically just says something didn't work, what's changing as a result of that. And that's an incredible positive way to do it. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe, because I do regular stuff on here. Obviously, you'll get the podcast as well if you like podcasts, and that's different content again. I hope you enjoyed this show, and I will see you next Friday. You've been listening to Nicola Cairncross of nicolacairnext.com. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show today. We've got lots of resources on the website, so do come over to check them out. And by all means, feel free to book yourself into my diary at nicolacairnext.com/diary. I love to talk to entrepreneurs.